Hello from the National Weather Service in Missoula. This is an early planning briefing for Wednesday, August 2nd, in place of the briefing for Thursday, tomorrow. What we wanted to do is just go through and talk about the change coming with much cooler temperatures and some of the wetter weather that's on the way. We'll just look at the threat matrix, general thunderstorm chances all the way through early next week. The only thing else to point out for Thursday anyways is just the low RHs continue in north central Idaho, northwest Montana, and west central Montana, but then the RHs do start to improve Friday onward. So just wanted to take a moment here and look at the moisture that's in the atmosphere and the moisture that's to come. So this is the total precipitable water compared to normal. So the areas in green are above normal moisture levels basically for the atmosphere to work on. And so this is Wednesday evening, this evening, and I'll just go ahead and get it started and let it loop through. You can see moisture works northward through the entire period. Initially on Thursday, it's mostly confined to Limhi County and southwest Montana. But then as we get into this is Friday afternoon, you can see the above normal moisture levels have spread across the whole area. And as we continue Saturday into Sunday, even early Monday, the moisture hangs around. Let's talk about what that means for us. So things that we have high confidence in, those much cooler temperatures coming, especially starting Friday and then continuing through early next week. Min RHs are going to come up considerably, and we'll talk some about those values. There's a lot of talk about the precipitation forecast. There's certainly still some uncertainties with the amounts, but it is becoming increasingly likely. You know, we have high confidence that much of the area is going to receive at least a wetting rain. Now it's just kind of narrowing down where the heaviest precipitation will be and how much it will be. There's a few caveats to the forecast. One being that if a mid-level low forms, which a lot of the models do show, where will it go? Across the Northern Rockies, and that'll play a big part also in how much precipitation we see. If that low doesn't form, then we'll just see kind of general scattered convection each day rather than concentrated areas of precipitation. But for now, let's look at the 48-hour rain probability of a wetting rain, so greater than 1/10 of an inch. This is Friday morning through Sunday morning. So you can see definitely a concentration, especially close to the divide across west central Montana down the Bitterroot Crest into Limhi County. Anywhere from 50, 60, 70, 80% chance of that wetting rain through early Sunday morning. If we look at the probability of a 1/2 inch of rain for that 48 hours, 20, 30% probability is on some of the terrain that we've already talked about. In the valleys, you know, anywhere from 10 to 20% chances. Once again, far northwest Montana and the western parts of Clearwater and Idaho counties, much lower probabilities for this moisture. Wanted to stretch it out just a little bit to a 72-hour rain probability of greater than 1/4 of an inch, and this would be Friday morning through Monday morning. And you're starting to get an idea, once again, of the area that seems most likely to get the heavier precipitation. So once again, along the divide, west central Montana down the Bitterroot Crest into Limhi County, values anywhere 50 to 80% chance for that 1/4 of an inch over that 72-hour period, much lower with the probabilities 10, 20, 30% chance in far northwest Montana and the western part of north central Idaho. Let's see. If we go ahead and step forward, so this is the same 72-hour period, and this being greater than 1 inch of moisture. Generally the valleys, of course, staying in the single 5 to 10% probability. But you can see on some of the terrain here, it starts to stand out, 20 to 30% chance of getting a greater than 1 inch of precipitation across the Northern Rockies. And so once again, high confidence on a large part of the area receiving rainfall. Moderate confidence in the area, which I've talked about already. And then still only low to moderate confidence on some of the amounts. But these probabilities speak pretty well to that. One thing we have noticed is an upward trend in the precipitation amounts over the last couple of days expected for the Northern Rockies. So these probabilities could certainly go up from what they are. Wanted to talk briefly about temperatures. Fairly significant cool down. So here's today. We'll just use Missoula as our example. Upper 90s, low to mid 90s for Thursday. Drop into the upper 80s for Friday, and then you look at the weekend, we're in the 70s. Something to note for early next week also is we don't necessarily just warm right back up. You can see mid to upper 80s Monday, Tuesday, and then lower 80s Wednesday. So not necessarily a significant warm up after this cool spell. Some of the models actually have precipitation chances continuing Monday, Tuesday, even into Wednesday. At least scattered showers and thunderstorms, if not more significant than that. Looking at min-RHs, this paints a similar picture as you would expect. So we have Missoula as our example, mid to upper teens for Wednesday, Thursday, but then we're reaching all the way into the 45 to 55% range for our min-RHs over the weekend, and then next week in the upper 20s to low 30s for those min-RHs. Winds, not seeing a lot of wind over the next 6-7 days. General gust you see in these charts here generally in the teens. Westerly component today being Wednesday, then more of a northerly component in a lot of areas Thursday, through Saturday. Early next week, shifting more likely to more of a westerly component once again. And then some precipitation probabilities to look at. Southwest Montana, already in the moisture starting today and Thursday, so some precipitation chances. They're not expecting a lot of rain, but certainly some scattered showers and thunderstorms. For the bulk of the area, most of the higher precipitation probabilities start Friday afternoon and then continue through late Sunday or even into Monday. And you can see those hints that I was talking about for Tuesday and Wednesday of perhaps some more moisture even then. So just looking a little further ahead to kind of bring it all together, the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. So the 7th through the 11th of August, so basically much of next week, trend toward above normal precipitation across the Northern Rockies. And temperatures, like I mentioned, perhaps seasonable or slightly below normal is what stands out. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please be in contact with us. You have a good day.